All right, welcome to today's update for the first full calendar year that I can report on for this account. The calendar year 2023, I started this account in the fall of 2022. So 2023 is the first calendar year that I can provide an update on how things have been going. So welcome. If you are new here, my name is Eric Hagan. I'm a financial advisor. I'm also president of the independent wealth management firm Capital Consulting Group in Minnesota. I put $25,000 of my own money in the stock market. Again, that was the fall of 2022. I'm working on a regular basis to grow that account to $1 million. Kind of the idea is instead of telling you what you should do with your money, I'm here today to show you exactly what I'm doing with my own, and I invite you to follow along on my journey. If you'd like all the details and to learn how you can copy exactly what I'm doing with my money, you can head on over to investlikeeric.com and get all those details, as I said. So, one of my goals is to provide complete transparency into what I'm doing with my money today. Like I said, I'm going to report on the first full calendar year that I've had this account invested, calendar year 2023, again, to show you how things are going. So, let's dive right in. Our agenda today is to look at some of the performance figures, some of the holding details, some of the transactions that I made, some of the changes, the trades that I made in 2023. This is going to be a short presentation, so I hope you'll stick with me until the end. So I am basically fully invested right now. I do have a little bit of cash, but the account is at about $33,000 and I've got just over $500 in cash. So I am adding a little bit of cash every month, and then some of the stocks that we're in, many of the stocks that we're in also are paying a dividend. So cash builds up a little bit, and then I get that invested as I see fit. So a little bit of a cash, but mostly fully invested in individual companies, individual stocks. Not using any products. Try to stay away from products and the hidden costs that many of those investment products on the market today can have inside of them. So here's a look at some of the current holdings that I am in. You'll recognize probably a lot of the names on the screen here: Adobe, Alphabet, Amazon, Apple. Further down, Coca-Cola, Ecolab, Eli Lilly. Can't fit them all on one screen. So second screen here, the second half, we've got Hershey, Johnson and Johnson, Meta, Facebook, Microsoft, Northrop Grumman, State Street, just to name a few that you probably do recognize. So these are the current holdings that we're in right here, that I'm in right now. Here's those first half, and then second half. You can see the values in each one has changed over time as some have outperformed others. Did make some changes over the year. Again, this is an investment account, not a trading account. So I do make a handful of trades on a regular basis. These are all the trades that I made for calendar year 2023. So you can see on the left side of your screen there, the sells, the things that I got rid of or reduced exposure to. So early back in January, almost a year ago, got out of Northrop Grumman, Chevron, Applied Materials, and Analog Devices. After those trades settled, did redeploy into Schwab, Meta, formerly Facebook, and Hershey. And then in May, got out of Target. They were having some challenges. Got out of Target, swapped that with, and got into Berkshire Hathaway on the right side there. And then in July, also put some cash into Johnson and Johnson. And then later on in October, got out of Microchip Technology and into Cadence Design Systems. So those are all the trades that I made last year. And again, this is not a trading account. This is an investment account. So we're trying to make long-term investments into good companies that are going to outperform. So some of our picks are good, some are not as good, and so that's why we do want to diversify. We do have 30 stocks in the account. So I like that approach. So here are the top five winners and the top five losers for 2023. On the left side in the green, you can see top five winners: Salesforce, Lam Research, Applied Materials, ServiceNow, and Amazon. All of them up over 80% for the year. The big winner, Salesforce, up 98% for calendar year 2023. And then show you that balanced approach. We also have the top five losers. So State Street was positive, but it was one of the five lowest returns. So State Street was up 3.25%. Zimmer Biomet, sorry, that got cut off a little bit. Zimmer Biomet down 3.8, Coca-Cola down 4.5, Chevron down 15, and Northrop Grumman down 19.37%. And these are the returns that I experienced. So some of those holdings I have reduced or eliminated, and that was the return that I received on those holdings while I own them. So winners on the left, losers on the right. And what's the net effect? So here is the ultimate net effect. So started 2023 with an account valued at 24,143. So I did put 25,000 into the account in the fall of 2022. That did have a slow start, so it did drop almost $1,000 to 24,000. So we started 2023 with 24,143. I am adding that $100 a month into the account, so $1,200 over the course of the year went into the account. And the trading, the changes, the holdings that we were in grew the account by $7,937. This is after fees were reduced, so I'll get to that here in a second. So we ended 2023 in the account $33,280. That is a net return of 32.05%. So nice solid return for our first calendar year. Gotta love that. Here's a little bit more detail. So this is showing down below here at the bottom the returns by quarter. So you can see the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter down here at the bottom where I started the quarter, where I ended the quarter, what the change in value for the quarter was, both as a dollar amount and then a percentage change. So we were up, I was up 11.36%, first quarter, 9%, and then second quarter down 3.25%, third quarter, nice finish to the year up 12.27%. How does that compare to the overall market? So the overall market as measured by the S&P 500, which is an index, you cannot invest directly in that index, but a lot of people use this index to compare how they're doing. So all 500 companies in that S&P 500 index, they were up 7.49, 8.76, down 3.3, and then up 11.71. So another nice return there, 26.27. But net of all fees, I was able to outperform that by 5.78% for the year. From a percentage standpoint, from a dollar standpoint, had I had, so I finished the year at 33,000. Had I had all 25,000 or all of that account invested in that S&P 500, which again, you can't do. You can't invest directly in an index. You can invest in funds and whatnot that try to track that index. But had I been able to track that index as closely as possible, it would have been valued at about 31,850. So you can see the difference between the two there of what that outperformance means from that perspective. So again, a great solid start for our first calendar year on this initiative to show you what I'm doing with my money. And again, this is net of all fees. So again, started the year at 24,000, added that 1,200, grew the account actually more than 7,937, but did reduce it by about a 1% advisory fee that I am charging this account. So that you can see exactly how this would work. And so if you're doing this on your own, you actually would have a little bit more in your account because I would assume you're not going to charge yourself that advisory fee. And then the ending value again, 33,280. So again, a great solid first calendar year start to report on to you. Gotta love a strong start to anything that you get going with. So that concludes today's update. I told you that it would be a short update. Thank you for checking in with me. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I will post this update on the website Invest Like Eric, Eric with a C, investlikeeric.com. So if you need to come back or you want to share it with a friend, please don't hesitate. I would encourage and appreciate you doing that actually. So my intention is for these videos to live on the website for a very long time. So if you are learning about this many years later, it is never too late to get started. Welcome. Thank you for being here today. I do appreciate you taking some time out of your schedule to check this out. Again, my goal is to grow this account to $1 million. So if you'd like all the details and to learn how you can copy what I'm doing with my money, even if you know little to nothing about investing, head on over to the website, investlikeeric.com. you can get all the details there. Most notably, a longer presentation where I explain exactly what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and then you can follow along on the journey by touching base with these updates. So, hope this was helpful. Again, don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. But that concludes today's presentation. So, I will sign off, and I might be providing some more content in between these updates moving forward. So, watch for that. But I will continue to check in every so often and report to you on how things are going. So, thanks for your attention. Have a great rest of your day. Bye now.